So, after 10 weeks, I completed all of the anger management and the parenting classes, and then my own therapy was considered complete after 3 months. And at that time, they integrated a therapist that would see me with my boys in private therapy. We weren't having to go down to children's services anymore after the 3 month point. I was able to go out to their grandmas and see them, and they started kind of a group family therapy for my boys to be able to work through things and for us to get back together, because the ultimate goal was obviously for me to get my boys back. I just had a lot of hoops I had to jump through. Joey's seizure activity continued to not improve over the 3 months, and it actually started affecting his feeding. He had to be hospitalized a couple of times due to aspiration, where during his feeding he would start to seize, and then he inhaled the milk into his lungs. So he ended up having to get a feeding tube placed so that he could get nutrition, because he was becoming a failure to thrive. He was steadily losing weight, and nothing we did helped. So that was a big deal for us. He had to go on to continuous feeds around the clock, and we had to get his seizure meds changed around because they had to be able to go through the feeding tube. The pulmonary doctors didn't want him taking anything oral. So we changed his seizure meds around to meds that could go through the tube. But the seizures still weren't getting any better. His seizures were really hard because they were like a focal clonic. He would stare off, and then all of a sudden you'd see his entire little body tighten up, almost like his entire body became a muscle cramp, and then he would start to shake and he would scream. And there wasn't anything you could do. There was many times we would just sit and rock him and try to soothe him through the seizures because they were just so hard on his little body.